Listen.
ART31 is a youth arts movement across the county of Kent. It is led by young people for young people, and ultimately it's about creating change in the way that the arts sector works with them to empower young people to realise their own creative potential and the opportunities open to them.
Young people need to be so more involved in theatre, dance and the arts in general because it's such an important thing.
ART31 for me is about equality. It's just about creating opportunities for people who wouldn't otherwise get them.
To me, ART31 is a movement. It's a type of change.
Creating a more awareness for the government to create more art opportunities within school.
Usually you wouldn't get an opportunity to do this.
Because I can change things that I never thought I would.
As young people involved in ART31, we believe there should be no decisions about us without us. And through our work, we want to create opportunities for other young people to experience the arts, to use creativity to empower young people's well-being and help make the world a happier place.
We want to achieve big things, but to do that, we need to be given experience and have an opportunity to learn practical skills that help us achieve what we want.
And so that we can provide opportunities for others. That's why ART31 teams up with people who do these jobs for real.
ART31 organises and programmes a huge range of events throughout the year, including Sound Rising and the ART31 stage, which features a wide range of art forms. But we also wanted to create an ART31 tech crew and filming team to assist with the running and marketing of events. To learn how we do that to a professional standard, Tech31 and Screen31 were created.
Tech31 is a place where 13 to 25-year-olds can learn about sound, lighting, stage management, so any areas of tech for free.
Essentially kind of what I do in my role at the Gulbenkian, sharing that with them.
We also get to put on events and do the tech side of it, and we've had the opportunity to work on professional shows.
Hello, good morning. Welcome to Think Nation 2016. How are you all?
The ART31 Kent stage is unique because it is completely run by young people. Up next, we've got another local singer-songwriter. Give it up for Gray Risby.
Tech31 focuses on backstage, including lighting, sound and stage management. Screen31 creates short films and documentaries, often having the opportunity to create real content for ART31's social media channels.
I've learned a lot about how cameras work, especially today, which has been cool. We've made some movies, which has been really fun.
So why did you join Screen31?
I joined Screen31 because I saw the flyer at school and I thought it looked really interesting, and I'm already quite into filmmaking at home with my own GoPro, so I decided that it would be a fun thing to do.
I'd want to do this workshop again because it's such a great experience for me. I feel that it's right in the path that I want to go down and really meaningful. I think it will stick with me, this experience.
Interviewing was really interesting for me because I like talking to people and I like kind of finding out why people do what they do. Getting to meet people like Rick Abels was quite cool because, you know, you wouldn't normally.
Hi.
Hello.
Thank you for talking to us today.
Absolute pleasure. Thanks for having me. It's just so obvious, isn't it? It's their future, so you need to engage young people and make sure that young people are informed and feel empowered to have opinions on these decisions that are kind of being taken now that are going to radically affect their futures.
For young people to experience and appreciate the arts, they have to be given the opportunities to be part of it at an early stage, and it has to be accessible. We decided to create a dedicated ART31 website to act as a central place for young people to find out about upcoming events, see how they can get involved and learn from professionals.
Part of it is providing them with information as to how they can get involved with arts and technology in and around Kent. And the other part of it is kind of like a bit of an online community with opportunities, articles, reviews, events and things like that, in which they can actually contribute to themselves.
There's loads of different skills that they can get from it. It all depends on what they're interested in. So yeah, if they're interested in theatre, then there's people out there that can help them with directing and like performance skills, backstage stuff as well.
I think it's a good opportunity to give young people experience from doing music and learning how to set up gigs and learning how behind the scenes works with the marketing to helping out with the tech. And I think it's really good and gives people something to do.
I think it's so important to empower young people, and it doesn't take much to spark something within a young person, but it's believe that you show them that you believe in them and you dedicate a bit of time and a bit of resource. That goes a long way.
We believe that every young person should have access to the arts, and while coming to see shows and performances is great, ART31 gives young people the opportunity to actually be part of it. We interview the performers, ask questions, get advice and find out what it takes to make the stage.
With the skills that we've learned, this interview is now being filmed for our website, social media channels, allowing other young people to connect, learn and be inspired to get involved.
Hello, and today we are going to see Leviathan, which is tonight, which is performed by James Wilson Dance, and it was co-commissioned by ART31. Before Leviathan is actually happening, we're having two young groups of dancers, one from Canterbury College and one from Herne Bay High, and I'm just so glad that as well as young people coming to watch and see theatre, that people are actually involving young people.
Will we get to dance with you again? If so, when?
We from Herne Bay? Yeah. I hope so, because I thought both of the curtain race groups were absolutely fantastic.
ART31 helped us make the piece. They helped finance the piece. They helped us with kind of building relationships in and around the piece for touring. Harlan Russ, one of the dancers in the company, spent the past 4 days working with 2 local schools and colleges. So he was making curtain raisers for them. So he's made 2 5-minute pieces for each group, and they're going to perform those pieces, and then they're going to watch the piece and hopefully relate what they've learned over the past 4 days to what they see in the space.
My name is John Zidi and I'm the Artistic Director of Breaking Convention, the International Festival of Hip Hop Dance Theatre.
Our kind of urban culture, as it's put, has become more mainstream and it's been recognised as something, so hopefully schools are taking that into account.
Freestyling for me in the beginning, as learning especially, was the most spiritual thing that I had ever encountered.
Are you excited about Edinburgh? Yeah. What did you think of the show this morning? Yeah, I thought it was really good. I loved it. I thought it was really good. Definitely my favourite so far. Hell yeah.
I definitely went to things that I wouldn't normally pick at all, so I think it was really helpful to see that variety of things. All the opportunities that ART31 has kind of given me have all been really valuable and I've all been really grateful for. So Edinburgh and going to see things and just being involved in things and invited all the time to things was really good.
One of the things I really love about ART31 is that we get to see shows that young people wouldn't always choose to see on their own. Like tonight we're here to see the Aurora Orchestra, and they're an orchestra which performs symphonies entirely from memory.
I've never seen an orchestra before. I do like listening to it. I've listened to a bit of Beethoven, a bit of Mozart, but I've never thought of actually going to see one live. It just hasn't crossed my mind yet. But now I have this opportunity, I'm willing to see it and it should be fun. After seeing this, I thought it was absolutely amazing. It made me, the way that the conductor had the whole music going, how the pitch was going, the order that the instruments were playing in, it all got me really excited and intrigued. And I thought, wow. ART31's given me the opportunity to see this, which I would have never done if I wasn't joining ART31. And I'm really grateful for it. I really appreciate it. Yeah, it's sick.
The name ART31 comes from Article 31, which is the United Nations Rights of the Child for young people to engage freely in cultural activity, which I think both ourselves and Kent County Council felt was actually something that, despite it being a right, was not what was happening in reality.
When we started ART31, I recognised that there was something to happen in terms of a chance or an opportunity for young people to actually make changes.
I feel that what is wrong with Kent's youth arts at the moment is that it is decided too much by adults, and so like young people are having no say in the arts events that are organised for them.
I've been to various different like funding meetings before and sort of sat around, and there's lots of like older sort of people around, and you know, being like the sort of youngest person there, kind of feeling a bit out of place sort of thing.
This surprisingly is a big problem. More often than not, cultural and educational policy committees are held during weekdays without young people being invited to attend or be part of the panel.
It was a room of like middle-aged, like 30s, people who had jobs in art subjects. They were kind of talking about how good arts is in schools and how it helps young people with like mental health and learning in other subjects. But they were kind of just preaching to the converted, like all the people there were in arts related jobs because that's what the conference was for. So, and there weren't any young people there either, except me and Sophie, in a conference about the education of young people.
I just wanted to make like a general comment about today, just something to think about, and I'm just wondering where all the young people are today at a forum about education and including arts in education.
The response was, this isn't really set up for young people. Yeah.
After the conference, Tia was approached by an arts professional who asked if she'd write an article for the website.
The main thing at the moment that's helped me is the arts professional article from going to that conference, which ART31 took me to and paid for all the travel and everything to. As young people, we have an impact. We should have a voice in what's happening to our education system.
In my personal experience with school, there was nothing there for me.
It's the fact that school doesn't offer this. It's something different that you won't get to do at school. It's something out of the ordinary.
We're going back to early 2012 when those discussions started, and about the need for young people to be considered as practitioners, artists and audiences of now, and not as sort of future audiences, but to involve them in decision-making processes now to develop a really strong and coherent programme.
The arts are something that should be more valued, and they're not valued enough at the moment.
There's also things that aren't happening in certain areas where you haven't got cultural hubs, such as the Gulbenkian.
I felt like I was in a room full of equals, even though I was in the room with people from Thanet Council, Kent County Council. They made me feel really comfortable. I just wish that that would be available for everyone to experience.
From the beginning, the cultural organisations were really supportive of the project, and in particular Arts Council England, Kent County Council and our bridge organisation Artswork.
We originally invested in ART31 as a network to bring young people together, and it was about developing and supporting youth leadership.
We started with a flagship group at Gulbenkian, and since then we've seen a number of groups start to emerge across the county.
ART31 JVC is it's good because it's a board that's open for discussion. We also feel like we do have a voice, because some things you can be a part of, they say you have a voice, but really when you put your voice forward, it doesn't really feel like it's being heard. But with this, we do actually feel like we're being heard instead of just being ignored.
hopefully there's more people like the stuff you guys are doing, because we've long left behind the society that tells a child be seen and not heard.
Our organisation is all about young people having a voice. We feel like we were given that opportunity as young people, so we should be giving the opportunity back to young people.
I wanted to join the ART31 Youth Board so I could be part of an organisation that instigated change in Kent's youth arts.
It became clear that there was a need for a more strategic group of young people who might provide that overview for ART31 across Kent.
Ultimately, they know what they want, they know what young people want, and they put the best things on because of it.
We've already accepted a first batch of applications for funding for arts projects.
Our night was an idea that came from our young people. They were really keen to host their own event and actually learn to run the event from scratch.
I get involved with a lot of projects around Thanet, but this one is like something different. This is a really good opportunity to get involved and help run something for the young people, to see young people in Thanet having a nice time safely and just offering them something different.
We've tried to scout out acts across Thanet from schools, from youth centres, from all sorts of backgrounds.
It's going to help me develop my skills, and because I want to do this as a career, like being on stage and performing and that, so it's definitely going to help my experience.
There's no way we could have done it to this standard without ART31.
The whole project is almost, it's about harnessing any sort of like emotions that you might have, whether it be that you're grieving or you're going through some sort of anxiety. You can harness that and push it into something creative.
I've found that creating artwork is much less pressurised than something, for example, like therapy, whereas this was a way of sort of expressing myself without actually having to verbally communicate about it.
My mum had a terminal illness, and during that same time my dad had a stroke. Being a carer, my only sort of release was to create work, and I personally found it a really good and a healthy way to release.
It's like a creative outlet.
Yeah.
What you're making, you can look at it and it can kind of tell you things about what might be going on, you know? So it's like a kind of mirror almost, it's giving things back.
I think it's helped me accept things that have happened and given me a way to go forward with in the future of sort of working around issues and expressing them in a way that's more comfortable for me.
We supported a broad range of projects. Those who used art for fun, therapy, building bonds in the community, or to tell us a little about their life.
Hi, I'm Caitlin. I'm from the ART31 Youth Board, and I'm here at Gulbenkian Cinema to see the first screening of This Is Me.
My name is Sam Michael Anthony Edwards Ashby Turner. I have Down syndrome and learning difficulties, like writing stories, watching EastEnders, and I also love being Batman. My favourite thing is going to a pub for a pint or two.
The film and a song were produced by members of Square Pegs, a drama group for young adults with learning disabilities. They wanted to explore what it means to be different, a project they decided to call This Is Me.
I think it's really important that groups like ours and young people like ours who do maybe have a disability or aren't in a kind of mainstream group have the opportunity to kind of access the arts and access opportunities that everybody else has the opportunity to get involved with.
How was it filming it?
It was fun and hard, but it was worth it.
For me, I just wanted to add that it was certainly the first time that I'd, outside of close family and friends, that I'd been so frank about disability as a whole, as the whole reason I'm at Square Pegs. And yeah, it was the first time that, for me, that I told everyone at Square Pegs why I'm really here.
Sometimes I feel I'm on the outside looking in. No matter how hard I try, I still struggle to fit in. People making judgments without knowing who I am. Being told I can't, whether or not I can.
Well, when we got the funding, I just got really excited because a lot of people who I know don't know much about disabilities. They know autism, they know Asperger's, but they don't know the real depth of how we live.
We initially supported 14 projects, and following the success of those, we've invited more applications with the hope of changing lives of even more young people in Kent. But this isn't just about creating one-off experiences. It's important that organisations do not see the sidelining of young people as normal, but without making a stand, that's exactly what will happen. We decided to create a festival to open the discussion between young people, artists and policymakers, to put everyone on an equal footing and show what can be achieved when we collaborate.
I'm Jacob, I'm here today and we're at Uprise.
I was asked to come here and talk about, can one person make a difference in the arts? And my short answer to that was yeah, but I've got to give a 5-minute talk. So I'm going to tell you...
This is Jake, he's a hacker.
I'm going to introduce you to the glamorous world of computer hacking.
Our approach promotes collaboration and co-commissioning to allow the cultural sector to work alongside young people and respond directly to their needs.
Our speakers were diverse and accomplished. We had rappers, hackers, choreographers, dancers, council members, and even the Chief Executive of Arts Council England, Darren Henley.
And this project's really special because it puts young people right at the heart of decision making and it brings them into the circle of power.
Uprising celebrated a wide range of art forms, all hosted by TV presenter and journalist Billy J.D. Porter.
Self-expression is so important. It's crucial, I think.
Thanks so much for hosting today's event and everything.
Thank you for having me. Young people wouldn't be kind of putting themselves into this as much as they are unless they were really feeling fulfilled and really seeing results.
I'm a massive fan of the model of co-design, so that's working alongside young people. But speak to these people, come out, find us. We are in the streets, we are in youth centres, we are in buildings like this, we are at schools, universities, colleges. Language, to me, can be really important. You have to be able to speak the language of the disengaged, not have acronyms and strategic policy level and talent plans and initiatives. You don't know what that means. Talk about it in plain, simple, honest terms and you'll find that your young people you really want to talk to about this will not be shy in giving you clear, honest responses.
With the help of mentors, we led the organisation of the festival right from the start. We met to discuss the initial concept, plan the activities, create marketing content, and we even hosted parts of the event.
We talked about what are the key issues that affect you, what are the things that matter to you most. And the 3 core things that came out of that were issues around education, employment and mental health.
I think we're trying to change perceptions, but also trying to change kind of more physical things in a way, so kind of how schools approach teaching the arts and how teachers approach encouraging young people when it comes to the arts.
At the heart of Uprising was the creation of our ART31 manifesto. This is a call to action, outlining how the arts should be supporting young people in relation to education, employment and mental health.
We came up with the idea of a manifesto. By the end of the day, we were going to have clear statements of intent that ART31 and everybody that contributed to that day had generated around those 3 key issues.
My pledge. I pledge. I pledge. My pledge.
I'm going to make sure that we reach 2,000 young people through Think Nation in the next 12 months.
And I've come here today to hopefully get more young people in business and more young people becoming self-sufficient and making careers out of their hobbies.
I pledge to continue working with young people and focus specifically on young women to make their voices heard.
What did you enjoy about today's event so far?
I really liked the talks
that we've had because they're really inspirational.
I really like your shoes.
Oh, thank you very much. I really like the spoken word workshops with Envy. Like, it was really interesting to I enjoyed the creative side of it a lot. It was really good, yeah.
Have you enjoyed today's event?
Absolutely fantastic, yeah, brilliant, really good, excellent, yeah. Some really good thought-provoking sessions, so yeah, fantastic.
I don't know why I've now got on my knees. But is that thing
Yes,
that...
I do.
Do you know what I mean? If only!
You do not have to sit in the chair if you don't want to.
Oh, really great, so I can jump around.
Has today taught me anything? It absolutely has, because it has taught me that there is a immovable tidal wave of want and need for us to do more than just talking.
And we have to see the future and also what we can do with it. How are we going to move forward? How are we going to help creative people to be able to create and develop their ideas and their thoughts, imagination?
We wanted to lead the way and show organisations how engagement with young people should be done. And if you missed it, we've made everything available on the ART31 website. You can view all of the talks and discussions for free. Read the ART31 manifesto and contact us for advice on how your organisation can engage more effectively with young people.
What ART31 does is it offers young people authority and responsibility and a chance to actually change things. And I'm really, really pleased that the Arts Council has been a key partner for ART31 with the Gulbenkian and with Kent County Council and with the University of Kent. And we were really, really pleased to make this organisation one of our national portfolio organisations. So congratulations to you on that. That means that we're going to fund you and committed to you for the next 4 years. So thank you.
Has today made you proud at all?
Made me proud. Oh my God, I've been emotional all day, more than proud. I feel I have the best job in the world. I'm so privileged to work with all these incredible young people.
ART31, amazing, and I think deserve a huge round of applause.
We've proved that having us as part of the discussion works. Invite us to learn, show us the challenges, teach us the skills we need, and trust us to have a say in our own future. We've become a strong and educated force for change. And now it's time to spread out from Kent and encourage young people all over the country to stand up and have their say.